Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Tori and today I have a everyday makeup routine for you guys. So yeah, I'm just showing you guys how I do my makeup and what I use. Not every day, but you know, when I'm trying to get cute or whatever. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing on how I do my makeup, just keep on watching. Okay y'all, so I'm going to start with my foundation. So I combine two because I can never really get like my exact color. So I use MAC and NC45 in the NARS Radiant Longwear Foundation in the color Tahoe. Now this MAC, I think I should have gone a shade lighter, or I think I'm gonna go get NC44 and mix the two because this does oxidize quite a bit and your girl be looking like a Oompa Loompa sometimes a little bit. So that's why I use this to kind of like tone that oxidation down. I don't know. But yeah, so I just mix the two, but I do like both of the foundations a lot. So I just put it on the back of my hand, and I use mostly the MAC foundation and add a few squirts of the NARS. And then I take my Real Techniques foundation brush and kind of mix it in a little bit, and then start putting it on my skin. And y'all, if you don't use a brush for your foundation, you need to start, because the beauty blenders, I mean, I used to use beauty blenders, but I just feel like the brush gives like a more skin like finish, and so I'm just dabbing it sort of like you would a beauty blender. I'm not like brushing it onto my skin or like swiping it. I'm just using dabbing motions. And you want to make sure you're bringing it down onto your neck, because baby girl, that neck gotta match. Okay. One thing I do hate about putting makeup on is that I always have lash extensions on, so it's like a little bit harder for me to get up on my eyelids so I don't mess up my lashes. The good thing about both of these foundations is even if you accidentally put a little bit too much on, they're like both very buildable, so it doesn't get really cakey. You don't be looking crazy, but sometimes I do accidentally like put a little bit too much on my brush, but it's never really a problem. It's super easy to blend out, and if you feel like you don't have enough, you can keep putting more on until the coverage is to your liking. But I think these are both pretty full coverage foundations. Okay, so once we're done with foundation, I'm just gonna go ahead and put this little bit back in my bottle, because baby, we don't waste makeup around here. Makeup is expensive, okay? We not wasting no product. Okay, so next I'm gonna go in with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I have this in the color 35H, which is medium honey. And I'm also going to add a little bit of the Milani concealer, and this is in the color 140. This is like a lot lighter than my skin, so I just like to put a little bit of it under my eye just to brighten it up. And the way that I place my concealer, y'all, I learned this from TikTok, but I just put it here and here, because like those are the points. I can't remember what they said, but it's something, and now I do it and it looked good, so I be doing that. And then I just go straight down my nose, a little bit on the forehead, and a little bit there. So this is literally all the concealer that I put on. I don't go too crazy because a lot of the times I find myself looking ghostly and pasty if I do too much with concealer. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of this Milani, just a tad, for a little, you know, and then I'm gonna go in with that same Real Techniques foundation brush. And y'all, sorry if you can see like them dots on my face. The blinds are right there. I'm trying to stay out of the light, but it's kind of catching me. But yeah, I'm just gonna do the same thing that I did with the foundation and just dab, 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 and press the product into your skin. So I'm also going to take a smaller Real Techniques concealer brush to get in these inner corners of my eye, just to blend out those hard to reach places. And I know I was just talking trash about beauty blenders, but so what, I'm about to use one. Because sometimes you get like these little harsh lines when you're using a brush and it's harder to blend those out. So I just take my beauty blender and just, you know, pat a little bit so that it can blend in and get rid of those harsh lines. And I'm gonna do the same thing on my forehead. Baby, we starting to look snatched already. Do you see that nose? Ooh, girl. Okay, so once that's all blended out, we're going to go ahead and set that concealer so that it doesn't move all day. And when I wear makeup, now I'm calling this like my everyday makeup routine, but I do not wear makeup every day. I wear makeup like 40% of the time. If I'm taking a picture or doing a video or something is when I have makeup on, but most of the time I don't. But this is just like the look that I do, you know, the most. Well, this is actually the only look I know how to do. So this is my just all the time makeup routine. But yeah, oh, I forgot to tell y'all, I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. I like this. I don't have any complaints about it. I think it's a really good setting powder, but I do kind of want a setting powder with a little bit of color. I really like when people have like that yellow look, so I need to find some. I think Laura Mercier has a banana powder. I could have just made that up. I really don't know. But yeah, so I want like a banana powder, but the translucent powder works very well. It passes the flash test and all, so I never have problems with flashback using this setting powder. So I just used that with this brush from BH Cosmetics, and I have a couple of them with me, but I really like these brushes. I got them from Ulta for like $20, and it was a huge set. But yeah, these are some good brushes, so need some new brushes. Look into that. Okay, so we went ahead and set our face with that Laura Mercier setting powder. Okay, does anybody else ever have problems with their nose running while they're doing my makeup? Like, it happens every time. I don't know why. I'm starting to think I'm allergic to makeup or something. I don't know. Okay, so now we're going to get into contouring. And I used to cream contour, and then I stopped for a while and was just using powders. But I picked it back up because I like that real snatch look. I like a real bronzy look. So I just picked up this, I think this is, oh no, this is the Wet n Wild contour stick. I don't know what color. Oh, it's in the color Where's Walnut. I'm pretty sure this is the darkest one that they have. But I just put it here and here, and I put my cream contour like a little bit higher up because it's gonna give you like a real snatched look. And I put it on my forehead, and then I just go in on the sides of my nose. I love a good nose contour. Like, you just be looking so snatched. Oh, these little lights, bruh. Okay, hold on. Okay, so then once you've got your contour placed where you want, I'm gonna put a little bit more on because I like a good contour. I'm just gonna use this e.l.f. contour brush and just go at it and just kind of go down in like a sweeping motion, but then I'm also going to drag or like flick it upwards so that it doesn't like make my face really muddy. This looks so bad on camera, but I promise y'all it's gonna come together. I don't know, I kind of feel a way about this contour stick. I think I'm gonna go to liquid contouring and just using like a dark concealer, because I don't know, I do have to kind of play with this contour a little bit for it to start looking right. But I'm just gonna go in with that same brush on my nose. And I do like to blend it out, but I don't blend it out like too much, because I like having that like snatched look right there. Okay, so now I'm also going to go in with my foundation brush again and just kind of lightly blend in that contour, because it is looking just a little muddy. So we're just gonna fix her up. Okay, so then I go in with my Fenty Beauty bronzer in the color Coco Naughty. I really like this bronzer. I did have some Fenty foundation, but I didn't like it. I don't know, y'all, I didn't really like it. So I'm going in with this BH Cosmetics brush and just, you know, doing a little swirly swirl and just putting that bronzer right on top of the contour. And I like a really bronzy look, so I kind of go ham with the bronzer. Just a little bit. And then I'm gonna put a little on my forehead. Okay, so then once I do that, what do I do next? Okay, I'm gonna do brows. So I do my brows like real basic. I really don't do too much because my brows are like naturally thin. I have really fine hairs, so I don't like to try to make them look super thick because that just doesn't suit my face. So I don't do a whole lot with my brows. I like a really light brow, so I use this NYX or NYX. I use this NYX brow gel. It is in the color brunette. So, and I don't think that this is the darkest color. But again, like I said, I don't want my eyebrows to look super thick and super dark because that's not me. But if that's you, you can do that. But I'm not about to be out here looking crazy. I hate the 2016 brow look. If you know what I mean, then you know what I mean. But I don't like that look. I did used to do my brows crazy. But now I just like a really natural, light look. So I just put a little bit on this eyebrow brush that I got from Sephora. So it just has an angled brush on the front and then a spoolie on the back. It's not focusing, but it's there. So yeah, so I just kind of follow the natural shape of my brow and just fill it in very, very, very lightly. And I start on the bottom and do short strokes, short light strokes, until it's filled in. And I like to be particularly careful when I'm doing this because I actually don't clean up my brows with concealer. I do sometimes, like if I really, really mess it up, what am I saying? If I really, really mess it up, I'll use some concealer to like clean it up, but for the most part, I don't like to do that anymore. And so I'm really careful when placing the product on my brow. Okay, so then once I have the product on my brows, I'm just going to use the spoolie and, you know, brush it out, make it look natural. But I know different people do their brows like in so many different ways, but this is what works for me. Just simple and easy. Like I said, sometimes I will clean it up with some concealer, but I don't feel like doing that today, so I'm not going to. Okay, so once I do my brows, I go into eyeshadow, and y'all, I do not know how to do eye looks, like, at all. So this is the only thing that I ever put on my eyelids. It's the MAC Shadow in Uninterrupted, and I use this one color, and that's it, because that's all I know how to do. I don't know how to do nothing else. But I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna try to learn. But eyeshadow is just not my thing. I do not know how to do eyeshadow. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take this Uninterrupted, and this is just a blending brush from e.l.f. So I'm just gonna get some on there and just pat it on my eyelid. So I pat it on there, and then take the brush and blend it in like circular motions and blend it upwards. But I don't go too far past my crease. I just kind of keep it tight. So once I do my lids, I take this same color Uninterrupted, and I'm just using a skinny angle brush, and I'm just gonna put it on my waterline and just kind of, you know, blend it out there like eyeliner. After I do that, I take my L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black mascara. This is just the mascara that I have. I don't really feel no type of way about it. It's not, I mean, it's mascara. But I just use it on my bottom lashes. And I be making a mess when I do this. I get it all on the bottom of my eye, but whatever. It's all good. Ooh, ooh. Y'all see that? Hold on. I don't know how I'm gonna fix that. I'll just let it dry. Okay, so once I've got my mascara on, I'm just gonna go in with my little finishing touches. So I have this BH Cosmetic Chocolate Cherry Truffle blush palette, and I really like this. I just bought it, and I use this one. I don't know what the color is called, but it's like the brightest one. But you want to be careful, so I'm just literally just tapping it with my brush and shaking it off, and then tapping it on my cheek. Because you don't want to go too crazy with blush. You'll be out here looking like a clown. We don't want that. So just be real light with it. Put a little blush there. I also put some on the tip of my nose for a little razzle dazzle. And then, is that looking real pink? It's kind of looking real pink on camera. But if you do end up using too much, just take your foundation brush and just blend it in. Okay, so now I'm taking my Fenty Beauty highlighter in Hustler Baby. And y'all, I literally destroyed this highlighter. Look at this. I can't even turn it. It's falling out. But I literally destroyed it. I dropped it. Messed it up. But I'm just taking this Real Techniques highlighter brush. I think it's a highlighter brush. No, it's a setting brush. But I use it as a highlighter. And I'm just, ooh. Y'all see that? That's too much. So again, you want to be light with the highlight. You don't want to do too much. But then I put it on the bridge of my nose, or the tip of my nose and the bridge of my nose. And boom. So I'm gonna just take my finger and kind of dab this out so I'm not looking like a disco ball. But she's there. she's there for sure. Okay, and then I'm going to take the same highlighter and put it in the inner corners of my eyes, just for a little pop, you know. So I'm putting that there. And then I'm also going to put some on the tip of my lip, or my Cupid's bow. Okay, so now my favorite part is lips. I just like made up this lip combo, and this is all that I use on my lips because it looks real good. Okay, so I have NYX lip liner in Nude Truffle and in Espresso. And so I take the Nude Truffle and just outline my lips. And then I take Espresso and do the same, but I mostly focus on like the sides and like the corners, if that makes sense. Okay, so then once I've got that liner on, I'm taking my Maybelline lipstick, and this is in the color 650 Nude Embrace, and and I really like this lipstick. I'm not a big lipstick person at all, but I really like this, and I really like the color. So I just put that on, and then I kind of messed up my liner a little bit, so I'm gonna go back in with Espresso. And then lastly, I'm going to take my Milani lip gloss in the color Light or Luster Light, and I'm just going to place that on top. Okay y'all, so this is the final look of my everyday makeup look. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and also don't forget to follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, which I will have right here. So thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.